I'm gonna start this. Welcome back, guys. I hope you are all doing incredibly well, and I hope you're soaking up as much of this sun as possible because the British weather is so unpredictable. Apparently it's supposed to rain all day for the next 7 days, but then it was supposed to rain all day today and it's sunny, so I don't believe a word they say. Today I'm going to be talking about my camp bucket list for this summer. It's going to be full of things that either I didn't get to do last summer or things that I have been thinking about doing again since I left the States, pretty much. I will probably need to explain a few of these things, and if you haven't been before, most of it's quite self-explanatory, but some things may need explaining. Okay, number one, I want to get in the lake. I, last summer, barely even got in the pool, to be honest. I have a thing about public pools, just because, especially with children, I don't trust what they're doing. It's ridiculous. If you're going to camp, you have to get over that fear. I did by being pushed in all the time. Also, the lake is another level of fear, just because wildlife and you can't see through the water, which... See, it's on my bucket list, but it's something that I know I'm gonna have to get over the fear of doing. But I've been trying to live by the whole, if fear is the only thing stopping you, just do it. You have no excuse. Fear is not a good enough reason to not do something. I'm just filming a video. My mum's making mac and cheese. I'm a lucky gal. Anyway, yeah, so I'm gonna do it. My idea is I'm just gonna jump in. I'm gonna run and jump on like the first day, maybe the second day. I might take a day, but I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it, guys. I'm just gonna do it. I've already mentioned this in another video. Like, I'm really speaking it into existence because I want, please God, please push me in this lake. Okay, second, I want to learn all the chants, all of them, every single one. You'd think I would learn them all last summer. No, there are so many, and some of them are really long. I didn't have the stamina with all the other things going on to actually memorize all of these chants, but this summer I'm going to be belting them, and actually correctly. I'm going to get all the lyrics right, every verse. Yes, there are verses. They're practically full 3-minute songs, each one. Third, I want to win Colour War or Olympics. I want to win something. I want to go home knowing that my team has won something. I just want to be on a winning team. I know that's so ridiculous because it's the taking part that counts, but I really want to. Is that dumb? Probably really dumb. Okay, this one is definitely dumb. It's completely ridiculous and just a very me thing, but I really want to learn how to do... I can do friendship bracelets, don't get me wrong. I can do the V-shaped ones, the ones that go like this, and I can do the ones that go across just in one line, but I want to do different patterns. I want to learn all of the styles, and I want to make the most sick bracelets ever. Like, I want everyone to be like, get Lily to do it, you know? I want that to be me. I also want to do it with beads because I've been learning how to like do I'm so lame. I'm so lame. But it's so fun, so you will understand. Either you do understand or you're going this summer and you will understand. Number 5, I would like to win a game of Gaga. I've never won. I'm terrified of it, to be honest. It's a very intense game. And also I feel like I don't know all the rules completely. I just remember being shouted at like, you can't do that, double touch or something. I don't know. I just want to win. I want to be the last one in that ring standing there like, yeah, that was me. I did that. A lot of this has to do with winning, I'm realizing now. The running theme here. Another thing, this is incredibly vain. A lot of these are superficial, for the vibes. I want to have the Bracelet Tanlines. I didn't have my bracelets on long enough or tight enough for it to give me a tan line. Really want a bracelet tan line because it sticks with you for a while, you know? It will linger for longer than being at camp. So these two are kind of sappy a little bit. First, I want to make all of my kids personalized gifts. Now, that may sound ridiculous because I'm living in a cabin, but I mean, you know, just find their favorite color or whatever it is and make them a bracelet or like ridiculous things. I'm probably gonna bring crochet stuff. God, I sound so lame. Maybe I just am. I want to make them personalized gifts because I want them to leave with a person that's so sick. And like, don't get me wrong, I wrote bus notes and everything for my kids last year, but I didn't have the forethought to give them. I did give some of my kids my jumpers, but that was purely because I didn't have enough space in my luggage and I was traveling afterwards, so I was like, take my jumpers, and it was hot, so there was no need for jumpers. Also, I just want to like make core memories with my kids this year. Like, I want them to be memories, and I hope I did that for kids last year, but I want them to have core memories that will stick with them forever. That's so sappy, but it's so true. These summers will stick with me forever, and I want them to remember us as a cabin together. Oh, it's such a nice time. Like, if you think about it, these kids have like come away from home for 2 months, you know. You want to make it worth every second of being away from home, be with your friends in the summer. Like, it's fun, and you want it to stay with them. Another thing on my list is to keep a consistent journal, and I would 10 out of 10 recommend this to anyone going this year. I did keep a journal, and it was sporadic at best. For the first half of camp, it was filled, but then by the second half I was just, I mean, to be honest, if I was writing in my journal I could have been sleeping, and that's what I wanted to do. So this year I'm going to be more sensible with it. Maybe not writing it every day, but make sure I write in key moments to remember it, because don't get me wrong, I have some really juicy moments in my journal, but it kind of stops after halfway through. Another thing that Josh actually mentioned was go on a hike, and I really want to do this, and I wanted to do this first like last summer, but I just didn't really know the logistics of it. But we're quite close to a hiking area from my research, so I want to go on a hike, and most camps are like around hikes. You can hike, you know, on your days off or your time off. So yeah, that's on my bucket list. Oh my god, I'm so excited. Okay, I did ask Josh for what his bucket list things were. Very him. He wanted to win a cow, which is Counsellor of the Week, because he won one last year and he wants to keep it up. I am quite quiet as a person. Like, not really quiet, because you can't be as a counsellor, but as counsellors go, I'm quite a quiet, reserved person. And the thought of getting up in front of the entire camp and being mooed at, not booed, mooed, genuinely makes me so nervous. So I actually don't have that on my bucket list. I quite happily wouldn't win a cow. If you want to give me one, I would just be scared. But he wants to win one. He also says he wants to be captain of a team. A colour war team? Probably not, let's be honest, it's your second summer. But maybe like an Olympics or like a songwriter. He wants to lead something. Just so him. And very valid, but not at all me. Not at all. He also says that if he's seniors, he wants to win the sock game. And if you don't know what the sock game is, you get a name that's in a sock and you have to put the sock on whoever that is who's in your sock. You have to put the sock on them without them knowing. And if you do that, then they're out, and then you get their name from their sock. But only the seniors do this, so it depends on what division you get at camp. But he wants to win it if he's in it. There's a theme here, like I said, people like to win at camp. It's quite competitive. These videos get me so dehydrated. Lastly, for Josh, he wants a buffalo chicken sandwich from Wawa. But that was actually, I think, one of the first things he said. I think he's been dreaming about it. He talks about Wawa all the time. He has a, I think he said, does he have a Wawa fund? Am I making that up? I don't think I'm making that up. I'm just realising how weird he is. To be fair, I put on my list, after he said the sandwich thing, I put on my list, you can buy packets. It's not like Wawa specific. Like, you can get it from anywhere pretty much, but I couldn't find them anywhere else. So maybe you can't. They're strawberries covered in dark chocolate. Really good. But they're like dried, freeze-dried. Freeze-dried, but still a bit chewy. I don't really know how to explain it. Oh, this is another thing, and I don't know if your camp will allow it, but if you are allowed peanut butter at camp, make s'mores, but with a Reese's cut on the s'more. Apparently it's so good. We're not allowed nuts at camp. Oh my god, that's another thing. I want to secretly get into campfire cooking more often this year. Last summer I only like I had a free period and I just went to campfire cooking and ate bananas and chocolate, which was so yum. It's actually chaos. Oh my gosh, I ate a marshmallow full of ants because I didn't realise. Oh, getting flashbacks because the bag was left open. I didn't realise that they'd been open for ages. Joseph was running the session. He was like, yeah, like, you can have a marshmallow, because I was pestering him for food. And I grabbed a marshmallow out of the bag and then I chewed it, and I was holding the bag whilst I did it, and I just saw ants everywhere, and I was like, I wondered why it was crunchy, and spat it out in a bush. I almost threw up. I was freaking out. That was quite traumatic actually. Anyway, one of the last things on my list is I would like to make sure that I don't spend all my off time on my phone. It's really tempting to do. You know, you're away from home for a very long time. The timing, there's obviously a 5-hour, well for me, 5-hour time difference. So you're kind of responding to texts that you got like in the morning that you weren't awake for, and they're asleep. There's a lot of time that you want to spend texting and stuff like that. And I did do that last summer, but I regret not spending my nights off with everyone else. Days when you get your off period, that's a great time to be on your phone because your family are probably still awake, your friends are up, it's daytime there, so that's a good time to text and call people. Not in the night time. It's not worth it because they're asleep. 5 plus 10, it's like 3 a.m. for them. 3 a.m. for them. They're not going to be awake, so just don't bother. Obviously you can do what you want, but I do regret spending so much time on my phone. I spent a lot of time watching British YouTubers just because I missed the sound of like load of British people talking. I know obviously the counsellors are also British, but it's very America, very American. America is so American. It's mad. Sometimes you just want to be, oh, my mum FaceTimed me from a flower show in, where was it? Thingy Palace. The palace where Anne Boleyn and Henry VIII like lived. FaceTimed me from a flower show with the Pims, and I was like, oh my god, I want to do the most quintessentially British things right now. And I get that. You will have that feeling. But as soon as you get home, you'll be like, oh, Cam. So make the most of it. Get off your phone. You don't use your phone in the day unless you are sneaky, and I don't recommend it because you're so busy, and embrace it. Like, absorb everything. And that is the last thing on my list, is I want to take in every second. Like, I want to take in everything. And even in the moments where I'm, you know, sweaty as heck and I'm like tired and burnt out, I want to take a moment, and instead of be like, ugh, I want to be like, this is what I wanted, and I've been wanting this for ages, you know? I'm excited. These things are all on my camp bucket list, and I'm super excited to go back. Please tell me what you're excited to do when you go to camp, whether you're going for the first time or you've been going for ages. Just, I want to know so I can add them to my list. I want there to be a whole big bucket list, and this is just in camp. There are other things that I want to do when I'm in America generally, but I'm not really traveling this year. I'm just going to New York, so I can't complete many of these things. Tell me what you are planning on doing. What's your top thing of your list when, as soon as you step foot in the States, what do you want to do? Thank you for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm excited for all of you who are going to camp. So excited. All of you were commenting on like my last 2 videos, and I was just getting so like, yay, because you're all just gonna have such a good time. Like, I'm buzzing for you. And thank you for the DMs and just all of the messages. It's really sweet. And if you have any questions, do keep asking, because I will answer them as best as I can. Even if I can't answer it, someone else might be able to in the comments, I hope. If not, Camp America live chat is a thing. Utilize it, because if it's something technical that I literally can't help you with, they will. So I hope you're having a great spring, and you're preparing and packing and creating packing lists and shopping lists and getting excited, because get excited now, why not? Make the most of it. Anyway, see you later. Bye.